Hey,
Hey, how are you today?
hey, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So, what's new?
I got a question for you.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Like, how do I successfully carry out an action plan I have set? I find it challenging to discipline myself and often ended up doing something completely irrelevant instead.
Yeah, that is a rather common question I find, even for people who have already started working. No, it's okay. So for example, yeah, like I know that some people say it's probably about self-control, or it might be something about how do I do an action plan, But honestly, instead of thinking it's a discipline issue, I'd rather think it's about methodologies. All right, so I feel like it sounds like you haven't been achieving the goals you set out, but there are two main reasons you can totally look at. One is either you set an unrealistic goal that you're just impossible to accomplish. Two is you probably get distracted and lose focus along the way. All right, so if it is the first reason, try to set a SMART goals. So what is a SMART goal? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So based on the knowledge you have about yourself, know your strength and weakness. Be realistic, all right? So, for example, if you are a meat lover and you decided to lose weight, don't pick a time when you actually are gonna eat lots of sweets and desserts. For example, Christmas time, right? That just setting yourself up for failure. Be really realistic, right? More than likely, you're gonna get discouraged if you haven't been able to achieve this goal and want to give up altogether. So pick a better time and really know your weakness, okay? And don't worry about those baby steps, because sometimes the little things can really add up and have huge impact. In Chinese proverb, we have this thing called 水滴石穿, which basically means that little water droplets will make a huge impact if it just persists and drop on stones each day. It will prevail. So, the second little thing that you have to bear in mind is that you make sure cut your goals short if you just think it's too extensive. For example, if you notice, hey, 4 goals I set out, how come I only got 2 done? Then maybe threshold is 2. So instead of setting 4 all the time, only set 2 instead, okay? So that will help things and ease things up and limit your goals to that focus. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. So that may be halfway through. And remember to set SMART goals and design little steps to reach each goal. So not only will this give you a better chance of reaching the current goal, but also provide a sense of accomplishment. So break your big goals into little bits will really make a big difference. Help you in a big way. And have a solid action plan. Alter or make changes on the way when needed.
Okay, so what about the second reason?
Very good question. So if you actually get distracted and lose your focus along the way, please just remind yourself, what's the most important thing you need to focus right now, right? When you're derived from your focus, honestly, you just have to make a decision and to change. To make a decision to change, then things will happen. But most importantly, try to prioritize and manage time wisely. Right, in terms of time management, that's why it's a huge important skill to have. And we have a lot of other channels that will talk about the skills.
Yep.
So feel free to click on the other channels to talk about that. Yeah, down the subscriptions. But for this topic, let's come back to how do we keep the focus, or how do we make discipline work?
Yeah, any tips about time management?
Not about time management, but we have tips about how to reinforce your vision and keep you focused. So the tips that we have are, for example, create a dream board, right? With pictures of your ideal results or goals you're trying to accomplish. For example, if you want to be a successful soccer player, right? Maybe post a picture, have like things like this on the wall, have pictures of that player maybe receiving the gold medal, or kicking that last shot, or winning, have that power pose, whatever it is that really inspire you, have that up there. And whenever you get a little distracted, or you're like, oh man, this is pointless, just take a look at that picture, and maybe that will remind you all the reasons why you're working so hard right now. Of course, especially for long-term goals, right, it's super important to remind yourself constantly. Because people don't get the gratifications right away. And for that case, they might get discouraged just by the little things, or forgot about why they're doing things. But why is almost always the most important reasons for doing anything. So, it's important to remind yourself